Welcome to lithiumpowerwall.com. This is my first video, and we're going to start off with me. I actually sell 18650, and this is one of the prepackaged sales, bags that I send out. Has 30 cells in it. So I'm building a battery for my ATV. I'm testing each cell. I know these cells came out of a pack that was already like balanced. So I was just double checking to make sure the voltage was pretty much all the same all the way through. I made a lot of mistakes through this video. First video, first time building a battery. Learned a lot of mistakes. Made a lot of mistakes, but learned a lot in the process. So if you stay with me, I'm going to show you how I built my first 18650 battery. So I was testing all the cells, and they came out to be 3.8. I started off with 5 of them. Well, 10 altogether. And I realized that my voltage was going to be too high. So as you're going to see halfway through the video, it kind of blanks out and went from 5, and then it comes back down to 4. Just makes sense. Right here, I am removing the tabs, spot welds off of some of the cells to make sure that they are flat. Some of them still dead. When I clean them for sale, we do a rough cleaning. You may have to come back and clean some more of the spot welds off. So right here, like I said, with my mistake, you see that I'm doing 5. And when I realized that when the battery, when it cranks and it gets down to 12 volts, that the battery is almost dead. And we will probably, if the bike doesn't start, we're going to undercharge the batteries. Like we're going to pull too much. The batteries are going to get too depleted. Custom made cell holder. And it actually has 2 screws. One in the middle of the first battery, and then one that holds it down all the way at the end. So next, what we're going to do is scrap nickel strips. I actually cut them I know I'm saying a lot. Bear with me. This is our first video for the channel. It's not going to be perfect, and I meant to show you that everything is not perfect. You don't have to be perfect in a lot of this stuff. Just do it. So this is my not wasting time, getting my battery done, making my first YouTube video. Same thing with making the battery. I learned a lot, and the next time it's going to be even better. So right here, I pre-tinned the cells. Horrible. Couldn't get the solder to stick. My soldering iron apparently isn't hot enough, and the tip is wrong. I knew the tip was wrong. I should have used a broader flat one, but I just figured I'm going to use what I have to get this done instead of just making excuses. Oh, I need a spot welder. I can't do it if I don't have this. I just kind of got it done. And as you see right here, I got it done. I should have cleaned the cells a little bit more, and maybe used like some scouring pads of something to scuff the surface a little bit more. But right here you can see I'm tinning the cells, and I missed a few parts in there, as you're gonna see. And then now I'm laying the nickel strips on there, which didn't want to stick for nobody's business. Nothing that I did. And I also made a mistake here. If you see, I ran nickel strips all the way across to the tops of the batteries. Like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. There should have been every other one. So yeah, there you go. Me messing up, making one of my first mistakes. So then when I realized that I had messed up, I pulled it off. It came right off. And if you see at the top number of sales, 4 sales, they're not 5 anymore, it's 4. You see I got it done right. But when I went to pull off the old strips, they just came right up. So I got to figure that out. I actually ordered another soldering iron off of eBay. 80 watt, broader tip, thicker shaft. I think it'll hold heat a little bit better and transfer the heat better to whatever surface I'm soldering. That small tip, and it almost looks like a headphone jack. Like when you plug that tip in, it looks like a headphone jack. 60 watt, wasted $20 at Home Depot. Lesson learned. So there we go. Now I'm just testing to make sure that nothing is. Excuse my this is my first time, but I was checking to make sure that my spot welds were gonna stay. So here we go with that. Now this gave me some serious problem. I pretend the wire, so it already had solder in it. So maybe I just thought, hey, I just stick my soldering iron on there and it's gonna work. Nope, wrong. That thing is a joke. If you see this at Home Depot for soldering, do not get this soldering iron. I think it's a Weller, the most expensive one they got there. It is a toy. It is a joke. You can maybe let it sit for 5-10 minutes and then it'll be hot enough to touch something. But as soon as you touch it, the tip of that soldering iron, it will dissipate the heat so fast into whatever you're touching that the tip is not hot anymore. So, waste of money. Just a complete waste of money. So we finally got it on there. If you look at my horrible battery, it is attached to there. But I think one of the problems, and I hated this, is I had to heat up the battery. It had to stay on the battery so long just to heat up that I think I put too much heat into the battery. If I had a nice hot soldering iron, I just wouldn't been able to touch it, put my solder on there and it's hot enough and just keep moving, not actually heat up the whole battery. This is just a little bit of rubber I had laying around, as you can see. Only use the best, finest quality materials. The thing with this channel is not to say that I'm the best or, put on this perfect show of everything's perfect. This ain't the channel for that. This is the channel for you to comment. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Give suggestions. Be part of this community. There is a lot of great people out there, and I just started this. I actually been selling the batteries, but I wanted to get into making my own battery. So here it is in the ATV. Solder the wires onto the main wires in there. I put the positive and the negative on the wrong side too. I'm telling you, everything that I possibly could have did wrong, I did wrong. But putting the battery into the ATV and hearing it crank better than any lead acid I've ever had, any other battery. I mean, it just kept cranking. And I know people are going to say I need a BMS. I'm going to tell you why I don't need a BMS. Fully charged, the battery holds, fully charged, it'll be 16.8. As you're going to see in this next clip, this bike only puts out, I think it's 14.8. So I will never have a problem with overcharging. I think I will have a more problem with undercharging, maybe cranking it too long where the BMS won't cut it off. It'll just keep on chugging the battery down. So I think, but that usually doesn't start fires. you'll waste your batteries, but I don't think you'll have a real issue with 14.78. I don't think you'll have a real big problem. Welcome to lithiumpowerwall.com. This is my